Hello guys, welcome back, and today we are doing another build-off with the diecast mafia. So part of this mafia are 2AHD cut, Matchbox Mark, and Opa's diecast Rex and restorations, and of course me. And today the theme is pickup trucks. I'm not sure if this El Camino can be considered a pickup truck, but I had nothing else, so I thought I'd give it a go anyway. So this is a LONESTAR pickup truck. It is in around 150 scale, but because the El Camino isn't the smallest car in the world, it seems like 1/43 scale. And it was made in around 1960. The real car with that front end was made in 1960, and I'm not sure about the production date of this car, but it must have been the early 60s. So there we go. As you can see, this car was heavily painted with 2 or 3 layers of paint, and someone, I think, even sprayed it on with a spray can, because it's all over the windshield, but it's very thin, and the windshield kinda reacted with the paint, so that was kinda hard to get this free. But now let's start drilling this apart. Actually, it's kinda interesting because every car I drill apart is a little different. I think this is also because the metal is different on any manufacturer, not much different, but for example this one went apart much easier, and I suppose they had a little more zinc in the mixture. I'm not sure, however. So now let's get it apart. Those plastic parts were actually really funny. They felt like resin. The plastic was very light, and it felt like it would break immediately. So it really was like cast resin or something like that. And now let's try to get this guy apart finally. I was really afraid to damage the bumpers on this one, although one edge of the bumper was already damaged. So here you can now see the original color is this rust brown, or it's more like a red orange color. I don't like it too much because I've looked up pictures of the original car on online, and I will probably do a custom on this one. So this steering wheel is even flexible, and the interior is similar to the one on the old Corgis, where they just pressed it. And actually the interior I'm just gonna clean up because I really like the color of this one. So let's try to get out the windshield. I was afraid to break it, but luckily I didn't, and later on I saw there weren't even any cracks in the windshield. And I'm actually very happy about that, because cracked windshield is something I can't live with. Or I can live with, but I really don't like it, so I'm really happy about that. And here you can see the wheels. Those would have been completely white tires, and they're out of the same material as the steering wheel, I think, so it is flexi plastic, and they are kinda clipped onto the wheels so that they can't get off the axle, because they are getting smaller the farther they go in the back, and that way they can't slip off, and you will probably never find one of these with a missing tire, and I think that's a really good method. So you can also see this is the suspension bar is heavily oxidized and all that stuff. So now let's put all the plastic parts into brake fluid to remove at least some of the paint. It's all better than nothing. Didn't remove all of the paint, and especially the windshield was really tough, because the paint has started to eat into the plastic, and it was almost impossible to get it all away, so I had to do a lot of sanding, and I was afraid to crack the plastic, and it did almost happen. It already had a hair thin crack that started to form, and I managed to stop at exactly the right point, luckily. So those are the front pieces. They are plastic too. There's a missing edge on the bumper, which I'm going to replace with some styrene afterwards. And I actually this front end and the rear bumper should be all silver, but someone painted it with multiple layers of black, and some gold color was on there too. So this car really had a lot of different adventures. As you can see, this is really not a clean cast, because everywhere you can't see the cast is really bad, but luckily they made it like you cannot see the bad parts anymore when the car is assembled. And there you can see how old this thing really is. This is all rusted and oxidized, and it feels really grubby and it's bent and all that stuff. So I'm gonna strip off the paint with caustic soda off the metal parts and the plastic parts. I'm gonna just throw into the brake fluid which I have in the container back me. And actually the caustic soda did a real good job, as you can see here. It removed all the paint on the body and on the base, and I'm using these rivets to stick them in place later on. And there you can see the base, and the caustic soda removed all the oxidation, because I think caustic soda also works as a de-ruster, because I tried it out on a majorette suspension plate recently, and it worked really nice. So it kinda cleans up the entire metal, and you don't have to do a lot with the wire brush afterwards anymore. So now I'm going to file out some of the imperfections, because this edge had some dents in it, because it's a very sharp edge, and that's always a dangerous thing. But luckily the paint that was sprayed on kinda protected it a little, so it wasn't too bad. So now we got on our primer. Looks actually really nice, and we're going to paint this in a Tamiya red with a white roof, because I've looked this color combination up online and it was the one I liked the most. So I'm going to paint this part separately, because I have no way to secure it in there while I'm painting, and I don't want to risk anything. So now we got it all painted, and now we're going to apply the details. And the details, actually I did them as usually, but this time I'm showing it to you. As you can see, it's water-based paint, so if you do a little mistake, you can just wipe it off with your finger, as long as it isn't hard. So you can run some risks with this paint, because you can remove it if you want to. And I'm just using this toothpick to paint in all the details, and in the back you can see a brown polystyrene Ford Cortina with a dashed in roof that will come in the future. It's a Mark III Cortina GT. Really excited about that one. Anyway, so as you can see, I really tried to paint every single chrome detail on there, because on those 1950s, 60s American cars, I think the chrome is very important. Actually, the chrome trim, the upper chrome trim, I stopped at half of the car, because it belongs like that. It's like that on the original car too. So here you can see what we started with. Actually not the nicest car in the world. It looked a little bit like a military vehicle, and it cost me €4, so which isn't a lot, but isn't for free either. But those bigger cars, you have to pay something for them. So this is how it turned out. First of all, I have to say I'm sorry for the narrow image, but I got something wrong on my camera, and I have to sort this out again. But I didn't want to risk getting late for the build-off, so I've done it like that anyway. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. As you can see, the tires turned out nice and white. and I repaired the missing edge on the bumper, and the interior I left original. Done absolutely nothing to it. I've glued it with I've closed it with pop rivets, which you saw in the scene where it was all stripped down, and I've put some clear coat on there. I actually had a little trouble with the masking tape because the glue came off the masking tape when I masked it off, and I wondered why this did happen. And my solution was in the end that the masking tape turned out too old, and then this kind of stuff happens. And now I bought a new masking tape and it works again. So every one of you who has the same issues, just consider trying out a new masking tape, because those masking tapes are getting old and then they stick not as good anymore and leave on all the glue. It's actually almost impossible to get it off. I tried out rubbing alcohol on the hood there, and I was very glad, because I almost I almost cleaned off all the paint on there, so I was very lucky. So I didn't have to repaint it, but because of the masking tape, this paint didn't turn out too well. But now enough talking. Thanks for watching, everyone. Definitely check out Opa's diecast, Drax and Restorations, 2AHD Cat, and Matchbox Mark. I will try to put a link down in the video description, and leave a comment. That's what I like the most about YouTube. That's what I'm doing this for the comments. And tell me what you think about it. And yeah, as I said, also check out some of my other videos. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe if you like it. If you don't like this, tell me in the comment section why, so that I can improve it. Because if you just dislike, it doesn't help to anyone. Tell me why, and I can improve this. So now I hope you like this, and see you next time.